We're back on another episode of All Around. And in this one, Ishmael Leggett, man. This will be known as the Ishmael Leggett game. Local product out of St. John scores 30 points off the bench to lead Pitt to an 81-69 win over Wake Forest. They advance to take on top seed North Carolina tomorrow at 7 p.m. But before we get into any of that, check in with our sponsors over at Oohs and Ahs. For the best soul food in the DMV, in the States, in the world, head over to Oohs and Ahs. You can visit their flagship spot over 1005 U Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. for a carry-out only option. Or if you want the option to dine in as well as carry-out, head over to 5933 Georgia Avenue at the restaurant. Go in there, have a seat, enjoy a good meal, watch some ACC tournament action, and tell them I sent you, man. You won't regret it. Back to the game at hand, man. Pittsburgh. Hell of a win. Ishmael Leggett, 30 points off the bench, 8 rebounds, 5 steals. Blake Hinson, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Jaland Lowe, freshman point guard, 11 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Wake Forest was led by Cameron Hildreth, 23 points, 3 rebounds. Hunter Sallis woke up in the second half, posted 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. And Andrew Carr added 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. One thing, we're going to get this out the way. When I say it was a hard-fought win for Pittsburgh, that's exactly what I mean. It was very, very, very physical. A lot riding on this game. For those of you that may not know, it's a NCAA tournament implications with this game. Pretty much the team that one would kind of be, one of the last teams in, so to speak, as of now. And the team that lost pretty much is out of it. And that's why I was a little bit also on top of just being an ACC tournament, you trying to win your conference tournament championship or whatnot. That added even more to it, and it was physical for John. But this game, this game wasn't for the weak. And if you came in kind of timid, a little soft or whatnot, you wouldn't have lasted long. You wouldn't have lasted long in this game, and that's an understatement, man. I felt like in the first half it was all Pitt. I thought Pitt was going to run away from it. They came out with great energy, with physical, flying around defensively. Man, my Lord, their defense was just off the charts, man. They made a concerted effort to close out on Wake Forest's 3-point shooting and shut that totally down and dig down on the bigs and live with whatever points Wake Forest bigs may have scored, because Wake Forest is pretty big. They got quite a few. They're thinking they got 4 guys between 6'10" and 7 feet. 7'1". So Pitt overall is a little bit smaller inside. But one thing they wanted to do was take something away, which is what good defensive teams try to do. They're not going to allow you to just do whatever you want, get everything you want. So they made a concerted effort to shut down the 3-point shooting. So anytime Wake Forest threw it in, let's say Efton Reed, and he's a great passer out of the block, he would find an open shooter. When he passed it out, Jaland Lowe, Bob Carrington, Blake Hinson, Ishmael Leggett, those guys were rotating at will, flying out. The Diaz twins, Federico, Zach Austin, they were flying, and they were right there, crowding their airspace where they couldn't get comfortable and have room to take a shot. And it was massive. Then on the offensive end, they couldn't be guarded. But on the defensive end, in the first half, they held Wake Forest to 42% shooting from the field, but held them to 27% shooting from deep. That was a huge thing. They couldn't get off on with their 3-point shooting. Meanwhile, on Pittsburgh's side, led by Blake Hinson, they were able to score 38 points, but they shot 46% from the field, 40% from deep. 2 or 3 of that came from Blake Hinson, as you can see. Out rebounded Wake Forest 21-13 in the first half, and also had 8 assists on 14 made field goals. they were just clicking on all cylinders, man. And it was led by Blake Hinson. He came out, he had some great blocks where he, came from the help side, rotated over, got what looked like point blank layups for Wake Forest, and he erased it. And he just showed his versatility as a wing. And while he was first team all ACC, right away he led the way. But he wasn't by himself. Oh no, definitely not, man. He had help. Bub Carrington had 6 points and 3 rebounds, 2 assists in the first half. Diaz Graham, 7 points, 2 rebounds. But the man of the hour, gotta highlight him. Ishmael Leggett, 11 points in the first half. Ishmael Leggett had 11 points in the first half, and he carried that over into the second half where he just was dominant. Even though Wake Forest made a push in the second half, Cameron Hildreth woke up, had 13 points in the second half, 4-7 shooting. Hunter Sallis, he's the one that really sparked him, man. He was hitting some tough shots. He had 12 points in the second half, but was 4 or 5 from the field, 2 or 3 from deep. Carr also from Wake Forest. Big man had 11 points and 6 rebounds. He got to the free throw line a lot, 7 to 9. Made a majority of them, and they battled back. But Ishmael Leggett, he won't be denied, man. He won't be denied. Tough buckets like this, time after time after time again. Great defense. You know what I'm saying? Multiple bigs, just bullying his way. Didn't matter who it was, just bullying, overpowering, bigger wings, bigs, guards his size. It didn't matter. He was just determined that they was gonna get this win. And in the second half, Blake Hinson, yes, he helped out. 10 points in the second half as well. He continued what he started in the first half, 3 or 6 from the field, 2 or 3 from 3. But in the second half, Ishmael Leggett scored 19 points. 19 of his 30 on 6 or 10 shooting from the field, 6 or 6 from the free throw line, and had 6 rebounds. He was just flat out unstoppable. Oh, and not to mention, he had 5 steals as well. So he got it done on both ends. He's already, 6 man of the year. He's already known for his defense in the ACC, being a tough, rugged defender. Tonight, this afternoon, it's not quite nighttime, but this afternoon, he put it all together and put on a masterful performance. And this is a game where they look back 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, they're going to call it the Ishmael Leggett game. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. He was the X factor. And keep in mind, he did all this as a reserve. He didn't start. He did this all off the bench. You know what I mean? He was just big time. Obviously, motivating not just but what was at stake, team wise, but playing in his hometown. In our resident NBA arena in the DMV, where the Wizards play, Capital One Arena. He wanted to put on the show, and he didn't want tournament hosts to possibly end with a loss, man. So he went out guns blazing, and he had a hell of a performance. But overall, Wake Forest made him run late, but Pitt, for the most part, outplayed Wake Forest in many ways, man. Look, they shot better from the field, 48%, to Wake Forest, 46%. Most of that came from Wake Forest, going on a big run. I think it was 19-6 in the second run, in the second half, my fault, to get back in the game. And, Pitt also shot 39% from deep. A lot of that has to do with Hinson, who's a sniper from out there, any range. He gets it done. They shot well from the free throw line, 20 or 25. They didn't turn the ball over Pitt. They had 11. But they did turn over Wake Forest 15 times. And they won a rebounding battle, which was huge. Like I said, Wake Forest is a little bit bigger than Pitt. But the guards, and led by Ish, he led the team with 8 rebounds. That just goes to show you what type of, focus he had coming in this game. They out-rebounded them 33-27. They also had 12 second chance points to Wake Forest's too. And the bench points. This is where they really want to end. Most of it, obviously, was led by the production of Ishmael Leggett. They his bench outscored Wake Forest bench 39-0. 39-0, man. So it was a very, very impressive win. As I said, very physical. But it was an exciting brand of basketball for both teams, man. Wake Forest has nothing to to be ashamed about. They battle back. They show heart. They push Pittsburgh. They just fell short. They couldn't overcome the gap from the first half when they kind of came out kind of flat, man. So, with all respect in the world for Wake Forest, had a hell of a run. But Pittsburgh, they move on and they get top seed North Carolina in a huge game Friday night at 7 p.m. Do my best to be there. Parking is ridiculous in DC right now with the ACC tournament, all these conventions and stuff like that in March. It's ridiculous right now. Do my best to get there early so I can get y'all in-person account of what's really going on there at the arena. But I'm going to keep blasting these and keep these all around post-game shows coming, man. So thank you all for joining me. A few more to come. And we'll see how everything unfolds as this tournament goes along.